Now, from CBS 4 News, this is Facing South Florida with Jim DeFede.
Good morning, I'm Jim DeFede, and welcome to Facing South Florida. We're in the midst of high school graduation season, a time of immense pride and joy for families. But one ceremony being held this afternoon will be bittersweet. The graduating class of Marjory Stoneman Douglas will walk across the stage at the BB&T Center this afternoon. Of course, not all of them will be there. Their lives taken in the shooting last February. This has been a school year like none other, and as it comes to an end, I wanted to spend a little time looking back on this year. Joining me to do this is the Broward School Superintendent, Robert Runcie. Mr. Superintendent, thank you for coming in.
Good morning, Jim. Thank you.
I think that's a bit of an understatement to say this has been a school year like no other. Would you agree?
I would agree. It's, we start out the year with some challenges as we worked our way through a hurricane and thought that might have been the most significant challenge we would have during the year. Then we faced a horrific tragedy on February 14th. It's been very difficult for everyone, especially the families and communities directly impacted. As I talk to students, teachers, families who have lost a child or loved one, it's indescribable in terms of the pain, the grief, the trauma that's been impacted. If you can imagine a teacher, a student in that building, witnessing murder that has occurred, just the smell of gunfire, the violence, it's something that's going to stay with them for a long time. And I wake up every single day. I pray for our kids and families that are impacted. I pray for them to find a way to recover and heal, but it is very difficult. And we're doing whatever we can each and every day to support them. In a tragedy like this, we'll never be able to do enough. When you've lost a child, nothing we can do is ever going to replace
well, you
that.
And I think within a few days, you and I sat down and we did an interview, and one of the things I remember part of our conversation was there's no playbook for this. There's not like, like your experience as a school superintendent, there's not something that you can go to, okay, let me go to the superintendent manual and section 3 sort of deals with mass school shootings.
Well, that's absolutely correct. And not only that, we don't have an organization that's built with the capacity to respond appropriately. So we've had to continue to rely. Initially, we brought in resources from other districts. We have now, I think, effectively partnered with some national organizations that can provide trauma services, grief services, counseling and supports. That continues to go on. Recently partnered with the Chan Zuckerberg Foundation to bring in some resources there. The National Center for Victims of Crime have been working with us. Just a lot of different organizations as well. But no, you're just not equipped for this. Unfortunately, this is a national problem. We just saw what happened in Texas a couple weeks ago. This year, there's been over, I think, 24, 25 school shootings. This is a big national American problem that we need to come together and get to some of the root causes of it.
This afternoon, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m., is when the Marjory Stoneman Douglas graduation ceremony will be taking place at the BB&T Center. I know you won't be able to be there because your daughter, congratulations, is graduating from Princeton. But can you give us a sense of what you envision that ceremony is going to be like?
I think it's going to be a bittersweet ceremony because we certainly are going to honor and celebrate students who have gone through their years here and have earned a diploma, are ready for the next phase of their life. But it's, we're going to be missing some classmates there. That's going to be very difficult. This tragedy has changed us forever, and it's going to be a very difficult ceremony. I would say that my hope is that our students take something away from this that will give them purpose and passion in life to help make our society better.
Well, I think the the legacy of those students that survived and what they have done is a testament to the school district, to their families.
The class of 2018 has left not just a legacy for Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, but they've left a legacy for the nation, and they continue to do work on that, and we're proud of that.
I'm curious, just as it relates to the graduation, if you weren't going to your daughter's graduation, would you have gone to the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas graduation? Because there might have been some people who might have been upset seeing you there.
I'm at the school on a regular basis. I don't believe that would be the case, but I'm going to provide a tape message at the graduation. Again, I'll say this. You know, depending on where you are, you can never do enough, right? No matter what we do, there's always something else that we could do, and I'll be the first to admit that. We work very hard. Our hearts are in the right place. Sometimes we may not get it right with our mind, but we're trying our very best to deal with an enormous spectrum of concerns, individuals that have been directly impacted, broad community issues. This has national implications. So we've got several investigations going on that we're responding to. It's a plethora of things.
Let me, and I want to get to, we're going to take the show to talk about a number of things. Okay. I want to get to the Promise program in a little bit. Sure. But one thing I want you to address directly, because it's come up in recent weeks, is the outrage directed at you by the Shentrup family. Mm-hmm. Carmen Shentrup was one of the students who died there. Her mother, April, is a principal at Pembroke Pines Elementary School, and she appeared before the school board recently and just said that that she was forced to sort of dock some pay because she wasn't allowed to take time off. She accused you of saying that essentially that her role as principal wasn't a part-time one, and she had to make the commitment to go back to work. There were a number of things being said directed at you. Yeah. I haven't heard your response to it, so I'd like to hear you respond to it.
So let me just say this. I continue to try my very best to support the Shentrup family. They're just great people who are going through tremendous and unspeakable loss. I understand their anger and their frustration. Some of that is well-founded. Again, we have an organization that, it just continues to run. So when a tragedy like this occurs, the organization continues to run how it has run. When we identified an issue in terms of individuals, whether it was the Shentrup or teachers at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, in terms of potential time that would be impacted, we notified HR. We told them to basically correct that. We're going to provide as much flexibility and support.
But was she initially docked?
No, we didn't go and intentionally go and dock anyone, and we would never do that. That would just be grossly insensitive. Again, the way our systems work, if folks don't, clock in or show up, you'll have some impact, but we didn't intentionally dock her, and whatever those issues are, we corrected that. My comment to Ms. Shentrup in terms of that a principal is not a part-time job, yes, I did say that, and I said that out of love and respect because I know how demanding a principal job is. It's one of the hardest jobs in America, and while she's going through her grief and suffering, I didn't want her to have to feel the weight of that responsibility. So I'm offering options to her, and I've actually met with Ms. Shentrup and her husband since their appearance at the school board, because I had no real sense of the fact
their anger?
That it was at that level. And so I made it clear that my position is to offer her a sabbatical, offer her as much leave time as possible. I want to work with her to provide flexibility for her to consider, other roles she may want in the district. If she wants to continue as a principal, we'll certainly figure out how to do that and give her some time. So I'm going to do whatever I can to support her. She's been a good principal in our district. She's part of the Broward family, and we're going to stick together. We have good times and we have bad times. This is one of the worst times you can imagine, and we'll get through it.
Well, let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll pick up. We'll talk. I want to know a little bit more about how this has impacted you as well, but then we'll also talk about the Promise program. We'll do that when we come back here with School Superintendent Robert Runcie.